Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Operationalizing Your Brand Systems for Sustainable Growth. My name is Cami Twiggs Taylor, and I am the Director of U.S. Small and Medium Businesses and Head of Volunteerism at the Nasdaq Entrepreneurial Center. For those of you who may not know, the Nasdaq Center is a nonprofit improving access and knowledge in entrepreneurship to advance economic progress for all. As you'll see in the chat in just a moment, the Nasdaq Center provides programs, resources, and exceptional mentorship to help entrepreneurs fuel prosperity, no matter where their journey begins. Be sure to check out the links and resources shared in the chat. I'm going to launch a few polls to step back and take a temperature gauge on how all of you all are doing today. We use this information to guide the programs we provide for this global community of entrepreneurs. If there are specific topics or challenges you'd like us to create resources for, feel free to share them in the chat. Just a couple of quick housekeeping items before we get started. First, let us know where you're dialing in from by dropping it in the chat. We would love to see where everyone's joining from during our time today. Second, we'll have a live Q&A at the end of the event, so feel free to submit your questions at any time using the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen, and we will do our best to get to as many as we can. While you are answering, I would like to take a moment to recognize the incredible support of our corporate partners. The work we do here at the center would not be possible without the generosity and belief of our partners and funders, including Nasdaq, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, KPMG, Walmart, the Asia Innovation Hub, Wilson Sonsini, the Nareet Foundation, KKR, and BPM. We are deeply grateful for their partnership, and we hope you'll join us in sharing that appreciation. All right, let's take a look at our polls. What is keeping you up at night? Is it finance, sales, marketing, scale, pivot, team, or surviving? What is keeping you up at night? See, y'all are putting your locations inside of the chat. Hello, San Diego, Oakland, Houston, Georgia, Memphis, New York, Kansas, Indiana, Minnesota, North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. All right, what is keeping you up at night? All right. Times Square, New York, someone is joining from. New Jersey. Where else? Indianapolis, San Antonio, Seattle. All right, we're still coming through with what's keeping us up at night. All right. All right, results are in. Looks like we have finance and sales coming in at our top two. Then we have marketing, surviving, and scale and pivot. Well, hopefully during this time that we are here together, you'll be able to get support on some of the things that are on your mind. Again, that's keeping you up at night. Well, without any further delay, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our special guest and also Milestone Circle's graduate and mentor, Dr. Anesha Fuller, who is the founder and CEO at Preeminance Professional Consulting Agency. Hey, Dr. Anesha.
Hi, I don't know what's going on with my video. It's not letting me.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. We're going to get that slide up and we're going to get it going. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. So let's kick this off the right way. Do we have anyone that is returning? This is your second time coming to see me present. Do we have any second timers here? Drop it for me in the chat. Any second timers? Yes, I see it. I see a second timer. Welcome, welcome. Any first timers? Drop it in the chat. First timers, drop for me in the chat. First time. Yes, yes. Come on, guys, build up the momentum. First timers, first timers. I love it. Come on, first timers, drop it in the chat. So I'm excited to be here again. And also, if this is your first time, I'm so happy that you're here to experience me. So let's kick it off to the next slide. Now, a little bit of me. Who you're going to be experiencing today. My name is Dr. Anesha Fuller. I earned 4 degrees, graduated debt-free. I am the founder of Preeminance Professional Consulting Agency. I'm the owner of Signature Doc Notary and Professional Services. I'm the owner of the Picture Doc, Photography and Retouching, real estate investor and Airbnb host, 2-time nonprofit owner and leader, the No Rest and Success Foundation and Mended Vessel Outreach. I'm a professor, speaker, and author. And I always like to drop this fun fact about myself. I began working at 14 and was managing operations in my mother's office, my adopted mom, by 16, 17. This early exposure shaped my understanding of how businesses operate. And today, I specialize in building structured, scalable systems. So my model, if they're the lanes, I build in it. So that's a little bit of background about me. Next slide. So, like I always like to tell people when I do presentations, I want you to have clear learning objectives because I want to make sure that by the end of this session, everyone who came on to any training, workshop, class that I give, they are able to say, I learned those things. So I want you to pay attention to this slide because I want you to hold me to it by the end of this session. By the end of the session, participants will be able to explain why visibility alone keeps you stuck, diagnose your current brand stage, understand the 3-part brand system, identify what a working brand system produces. So pay attention. We are going to move from awareness to structure so your brand can operate and not just exist. Are we ready for it? Drop ready for me in the chat. Drop ready for me in the chat if you're ready for that information. Drop ready for me in the chat. Come on, we got to build up that momentum. Drop ready for me in the chat to let me know you're ready. I love the flames. Yes. Ready, ready, ready. Come on, that's what I like to see. Ready, ready, ready. Loving it. Next slide, because they're ready. They're showing me they're ready. Now, a little icebreaker for us. I want you to think about it. Where are you right now? So, are you visible? And let's be honest when we answer this question inside the chat. Are you showing up, posting, speaking, but not converting consistently? You have a presence, but you have no predictable system behind it. So that means you're posting on Instagram, you're posting on TikTok, you're posting on LinkedIn, but you're not getting any customers, you're not getting any sales. You're just visible. You just have an online platform. Now, are you structured? You have consistent systems, actively bringing in clients. Your brand works easy, even when you're not actively pushing it. If that's you, drop that in the chat. Let's be real with ourselves. Come on, somebody said invisible. Tara, I love that. At least you're being honest. Showing up but not converting. That's a bit. You're visible then. You're visible. Katina, come on, drop something for me in the chat. Are you visible or structured? Because you got to know where you are in your business. I think a lot of times people are not realistic. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you visible or are you structured? Visible but not converting. Yes, come on. Some more people drop in the chat. Are you visible? Because you got to ask yourself, can you describe exactly what you sell? Who is it for? What results it delivers in one sentence? If not, you're in a visible stage. But that's okay, because that's exactly where we're here to fix today. Good. Visible but converting-ish. A little bit, Tiffany. Structured, converting. Okay, Felicia. Okay, I see you. All right. So let's get into it. Can we get the next slide for me, please? Now, why visibility alone keeps you stuck? I think this is something major that we have to talk about. Visibility without structure. You're visible, but you have no structure. It leads to inconsistent results. You can't repeat what you can't define. Now, knowledge without packaging leads to confusion. Clients don't know what to buy or why. You have some people, they have so much going on their page. You don't have any clear, like, you're completely lost. Like, what are they selling me? Now, activities without systems leads to burnout. You're always starting from scratch. You ever hear some people say, hey, I took a class with so-and-so. We did this in the class. Then somebody else comes into this a class for the same topic and they start to say, well, we didn't do so-and-so in that class. They did so-and-so. So everyone should be getting the same kind of structured experience. So if that's not happening, you're starting over from scratch. And that would eventually lead to burnout. So the fix isn't visibility, it's building the system behind it. Here's what that system looks like. Next slide. I want to introduce you guys to the 3-part brand system. So I'm going to go a little slow with explaining this because I want to make sure that everyone is understanding it. There's a 3-part brand system. This 3-part brand system is clarity, framework, and systems. Once again, clarity, framework, and systems. These 3 things goes hand in hand. If we have clarity, you're supposed to be able to, people are supposed to be able to, when they come to your website, they see you on LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever it may be, you're supposed to have clarity where people define who you help, what problem you solve, and what results you deliver. You ever go on LinkedIn, you see people say, I help so-and-so do so-and-so, and I get this? Yes, I automatically know what that person is, services are that they're providing. Framework. Package your expertise into a repeatable process clients can understand and buy. Do you have some sort of framework? The next one, system. Build a delivery, marketing, and conversion structure that runs consistently even without you. That means if you have a system in place, you can hire someone else to deal with your B2C customers, the B2C consumers, and then you can work with the B2B, the bigger businesses. You have to have that kind of system in place. And what I want you to understand, when you have clear expertise, that turns into a framework, from a framework to a system to consistent results, and the results equal reduced manual effort. You're not burning out because you have all of these things into play. And when you have all these 3 things working together, they optionalize your brand because creating systems that produce sustainable growth. And that was what is one of our learning objectives. Now, I want you guys to think, what kind of gap do you have right now? Do you have a clarity gap, a framework gap, or a system gap? Drop that in the chat for me. Where are you at right now? Is it not clear to individuals what you do? Do you not have a framework? Do you not have a system? Drop it for me in the chat. Let's run it up. Let's see what's the problem. A lot of people say clarity. I'm seeing clarity. I'm seeing framework. Systems gap. Okay, I'm seeing some systems. Someone said they could approve it all. I love it. Framework and system. Systems. Systems. Okay, it's a lot of framework and systems. All right. So all 3. Yes. Yes. I love it. Drop that in the chat. We got to be honest with ourselves. They always say you can't fix a problem if you don't identify what a problem is. So identify your problem. What is it? Is it clarity, framework, or system? Drop it in the chat. Angela says maybe a bit of clarity if I'm honest. Okay. I love that. Good. So what we're going to do now, the next AI agent system. Okay. A little something different. We're going to look, because I'm so big on you guys getting a visual. Can we hit the next slide? We're going to start off with the first layer. Build your clarity. So when you build your clarity, this is layer 1. Remember, this is step 1. And I'm going to give you guys a visual of how that looks to clarity as well, too, in the next slide. So your clarity statement. We know that the clarity statement has to go with purpose, audience, and promise. I tell people all the time, people want to know what results are you giving them, and not only results that you make up. Because you know what, for me personally, I cannot stand when people going in, I'm going to make you make $1 million in 1 month. Stop. Let's be realistic. You have to have some clear clarity statement. Even if you're going to say you're going to make people make $1 million a month, how is that possible? What are you using? So for those of you who said you have a clarity problem, come over here, look in, zone in. Your clarity statement. I help blank achieve blank through blank. You're telling the people who you help, what you help them do, and what particular way. That's your clarity statement. That's your foundation. For those of us who've been in school, you know, when you're writing a paper, they always say your thesis statement tells what the whole entire paper is about. Well, your clarity statement tells about what your business do. So you need to have a clear focus for that. Remember, if you have vague language, vague offer, if people do not understand what you do, they cannot use you. Remember, clarity converts. So I want to see one or two of you take a whiff at this. For the people who said they have a clarity problem, try to drop something like this for me right now in the chat. I help blank achieve blank through blank. Put yourself in that business. And this is going to also help you with narrowing down your niche because you cannot service everybody. So you need to harness in on who you want to service. Drop some of that in the chat for me. I'll give you a couple of seconds while we hit the next slide. Can we give them a visual of what one looks like? Next slide for me. Now, as you look, I wanted to give you a real example of what clarity looks like, the before and after. So if we look, unclear clarity statement says, I help people with marketing. That's everybody. Do you help the next door neighbor? Do you help teenager? Like, it's no clear focus. Now, after a clean one is, I help service-based entrepreneurs generate consistent leads through structured content marketing systems. You're addressing the who you service, what you help them do, and through what. Now, let's be honest. Who would you buy for? If these two are two people you see on LinkedIn and they have this in their bio, which one would you choose to work with, the before or after? Keep it real for me. Drop it in the chat. Tell me, which one would you work? Who would you pick, the before or the after? Come on, I see the after. Angela, I also like that you drop what it is. I help mid-range women to achieve consistency in the gym through focused training and nutrition coach. Okay, Angela, I love it. High five through the computer. Linda, I help customers achieve through results through defining their goals. Love it. Another high five. You're getting it. You're getting it. After. Come on, guys. There's more people on the chat. Let's get active inside of here. We got to be active. Who would you buy? The before or the after? Okay, I'm seeing one more person drop in the chat. I love that. I see people. Natalia, I see you. Go ahead, girl. You getting it. Good. I love it. Now, what are we understanding? Are we understanding clear cells? Are we understanding clear cells? If you understand clear cells, drop that yes for me in the chat. Come on. I love it, Linda. Come on, Courtney. Come on, Tiara. Yes. Clear cells. When people know what you do, they sell. Very good. Very good. So we have to have the who, the results, and the how. Always remember that when we're dropping our clarity statement. Who, results, how. Excellent. All right, next slide. Let's move on now to layer number 2. Build your framework. So you started at layer 1. We have the clarity with the broken down who we service, how we do it, and what results. Now you have to have a framework. You have to have a framework. Now, 3 things that you're going to accomplish in this framework or questions you're supposed to be answering. What do I know how to do exceptionally well? What specific problem does that solve for a specific person? Remember, people are paying you to solve a problem. Help them do something that they cannot do. Always remember that. Now, what are the 3 to 5 steps I take every client through? So I see somebody earlier said that they talk about fitness. So if I'm coming to you for fitness, what are the 5 steps that you make every client do when they come to you for fitness? You need to be documenting that because that's building on your framework. If a client asks you what exactly happens when I work with you, you're supposed to have that framework. For me, when people come to me for curriculum design, I have my framework. I have my steps that I take my clients through, which is clear. And it's a process that's repeatable so that when everybody comes to me for certain services, it's the same process. They can tell the next person, hey, if you go to her for curriculum design, this is where she's going to take you. This is her framework. These are the steps. No one's going to tell you something different. Do we understand? Drop framework in the chat. Drop framework for me if you understand. Drop framework for me if you understand it. I need to make sure you are understanding today. This is my job. Framework. If you're not don't understand, don't drop framework. Say, I don't understand. Come on. Exactly. I love it. I love it. Framework. Yes. Hit the next slide for me. Now, I love examples. This is a real world example. So what a framework looks like. Marketing example. So remember earlier we started off with defining the clarity of the marketing framework for the person who provided marketing services. Now, here's how a service-based marketer from the previous example showed their expertise in a repeatable 5-step process. So here it is. I go to this person now and I want to, purchase their marketing services. This is the 5-step process that they're going to do for me. So we're going to go back to the trainer business. So the trainer goes to this person. If they don't have a clear statement, this marketing person is going to help them define the audience and messaging, making sure they know exactly who they serve and what to say. Then once they have you clear with that with the trainer service, they're going to go to the content strategy planning, decide what to create and why. Then that could be, okay, if you're targeting women, show some exercise online. You're going to be talking about meal prep, like those different things. And then 3, content creation system. Build posts, emails, and videos repeatedly. They're going to help you get a content creation system. I know a lot of times with marketers, they have like a social media calendar. You know that they're going to do that with that client. And then distribution strategy, share content consistently across platforms. And then the next thing they're going to do with you, with the trainer, is turn your audience into paying clients. Then having whatever your marketing turn into a lead. So when the trainer comes now, they buy the service, they having results, they can say, hey, Angela, you can go to this person because they have a framework. They're going to take you from step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and base it on your business. So no one can say that if I come to this marketer, they have me going all over the place. This person did this with me. No, you have your framework. You have your 5 repeatable steps that you take clients through, and everyone is getting the service, and you don't have to recreate the wheel all the time. Come on, running a business, you already know a lot. You don't want to recreate your wheel. So you have your framework. When your process has named steps, clients can see the path, and that makes it easier for them to say yes. You have to remember, people have to be able to be like, okay, light bulb switch went off. I understand what they're doing with me. Now I want to pay into their service. Does this make sense to you guys? Drop something for me in the chat. This makes sense. Come on. I got to make sure you guys are learning, you're understanding. Yes, I love it. You ask, all right, Dorian, makes sense, makes sense. Yes. You have your, I don't care what you're teaching. If it's a hairstylist, if somebody's going to do hair, you have your steps. You ask them what they want when they sit in the chair. You take them to the washer and dry. You gotta have your steps. Write it down. Pay attention to the service. How do I take this person through this? And know that that's what you have to do that all the time. Write it down. That's what I did. When I first started off my business, I started writing down my steps about, where I take the client to so that I can keep on repeating it. I love it. I love it. Now, and this helps you to understand that. Do you see how much easier it is for somebody to trust something when you can see the steps? I think as well too, for especially in this day and age where everybody's selling a service and giving all these promises, when people have a clear framework, they're more able to want to work with you because they're like, okay, I know where they're supposed to be taking me. They're not going to be giving me promises and not coming through, or this is going to be a waste of time when after I spent so much money. So I think it's so important to have a framework. Okay, next slide. We're ready for the next one. Now, step number 3. Structure is what makes it scale. So we went from clarity, framework, now to structure, or if you want to say system. Structure, system, whichever one. We're going now to a system. So let's look down here. I coach people on mindset and business. There's no system, there's no scale. Now, structured version of that, I run a 6-week program that takes X from Y to Z using my name framework. It's repeatable, it's sellable, and scalable. When you have structure and you have your system, it transforms your expertise from a service you deliver manually into a system that works for you. Now, I want to ask you guys this question. Do you deliver your service the same way every time, or does it change depending on the client? Drop some answers for me to that in the chat. Drop some answers to me to that in the chat. Drop some answer. Change with the client unique needs for each. Okay. Definitely change depending on the client. Depends on what the client is in need of. Some things change. Okay, depends on the client. But you still to have a general system in play, because if you have to keep on changing it, something's wrong. But still, you're supposed to. I'm a personal trainer. It's similar path, but it's custom to each client. Very good. You have a system. Don't get me wrong. Different people you have to tweak, but there should be a general system. There should be a general system. Okay. Now, okay, I like it. Same approach. Good. So let's look at how this looks. Can we go to the next slide for the example? Now, what the system looks like. So we're back with our marketing example. Here's how the 5-step framework becomes a structured, repeatable program. So 6-week content to client program. So we go to this marketer now, we're working with them, and they have the 6-week program. We know in week 1, audience and messaging. Once again, defining who you serve and what to say. Week 2, content strategy, plan what to create and why. Week 3, 4, content creation, build your repeatable content system. Week 5, distribution plan. Get your content in front of the right people. Week 6, lead conversion. Turn your audience into clients. So this is the 6-week structured program based on the framework. Do you guys see that framework showing up here? Drop C, I see it. Drop I see it if you see it. Drop I see it if you see it. Come on, drop I see it if you see it. I love it, Angela. You're on the money today, girl. You are in that chat, running it up. I love it. Come on. I want to see some more people. Cash, I see it. I love it. Come on. You see it. You see it. The framework is here. The framework is here. It's just put in a system now. It's just put in a system. It's here. Oh, I love those eyes. Yes, Finn. I see it. I love it. I love it. Cash, I don't give away my slides, but this will be, it's recorded, so you can go back to it, okay? Sorry, but it's recorded. You can keep going back and forth on YouTube, okay? Okay. I want to ask you guys something now. How much easier would it be to sell your client already? Like if you're working with your client, if they knew what each week would look like, how much easier would it be to sell a client? So for us, our fitness trainers, for our therapists, for our business coaches, for people that do consulting work, how much easier would it be if your client knew your system? Knew like, okay, these are the things that we're going to be tackling in the 6 weeks. Think about it. Super easy. Yes. Bernice, I've been talking to many people and it has been exhausting. You need a system. You need that scream system. You need a system. You need a system. You need some slides going. You need something. Super easy. They complain. Yes. Yes. Come on. We got to be realistic, right, guys? People live in a time now where everybody wants something easy. That's why Uber Eats is winning. That's why Amazon is winning. All these services where they put it right at your doorstep, or you have to go outside, pick it up. Everybody wants things easy now. People pay for convenience, and people like when they get something and they understand the layout. So it's smooth. We know that we're tackling this, we're tackling that. People will buy into it. But if you're telling me, oh, you got a 6-week program, all right, just come online, week 2, come on. No, I'm going to be like, this is not making sense. You're not structured. I don't want to deal with this. So you have to sometimes put your mind into the mind of an average buyer, and you'll get to understand, okay, this is what they need. So are we understanding this? Drop a yes for me in the chat, please. Come on. Drop a yes. Drop a yes. Drop a yes for me. Yes, Juanita, I love that. For some clients, it'd be easier. Tiara says, as a financial coach, I can give you general outlines, but as I learn more, it's about what the clients need. The content can be changed. Still, you need to have some type of system and whatever is in place. So if you have what you're going to be, your learning objectives for the 6 weeks, if they have something deeper, something they have must fit inside that 6 weeks, so you can address that too. But they should still have a clear outline. Drop some yeses in the chat. I'm not feeling good. I only see a little bit of yeses. Come on, guys. More people online. Did we get this? Did we get this? Come on. I need to see some more of those yeses. I'm checking the chat. I love it. Come on. Yes. Are we understanding? Tiara said you're a little stuck on how specific the system should be. Well, you said earlier, if we take a look up here, your financial coach, you should have an outline. So if you are financially coaching someone, let's say, for example, you're coaching teenage girls to let's make it even more specific. If you're coaching young adults with financial literacy during college, they need to know, like, week 1, what is financial literacy? Week 2, what are credit cards, how to use them, FICO scores, etc., etc. Week 3, budgeting. Week 4, loans. Like, you got to have like a clear system of what you're going to be tackling, so people could understand, okay, this week, this is what we're going to be doing. Week 2, week 3, you have to go down more specific about what people are you going to be giving people, because people buy in when they know. They could be like, oh my God, she's talking about week 2, she's talking about credit scores and FICO. I need to know that because I need to build my credit score. So you need to get a little bit more specific. Does that help? Okay, I see that thumbs up. I love it. Okay, so my answer is asking a question. I'm gonna get to question 2. Let me wrap it up so we can get to some of those questions. Let's go to the next slide. I believe we come to almost to an end. Okay, we're almost there, guys, so you can get some questions in. Now, what a working brand system produces. So if we went from the clarity, the framework, the structure that is the system, when all are in place, here's what changes. Credibility. People trust you. People trust experts. When people come to me, they know I'm an expert. They know that I'm an expert in curriculum design. They know I kill trainings and workshops. I do this with my eyes closed. They know that when they come for me, strategic consultant, they're going to get, because they see what I deliver. They see what I put out. People pay for when they know that, okay, this person could produce. So when you have your clarity together, your framework, your structured systems, they will pay for it. They will come back. They will continuously come back. Also, it brings you consistent revenue. Clear offers convert. When people understand exactly what they're buying, they buy it. You also start to see scalable growth. Repeatable delivery means you can grow without burning out. The system does the heavy lifting. You don't have to keep on tweaking stuff because you have a system. And then let's say, for example, you begin to grow and expand. You can build on your system, you can change it, but you have something to work with. And also you can train people on your systems. Just make them sign an NDA though, guys. Make them sign an NDA that they can't take your framework or systems away. That's my, a little extra for you. But also, when you have all of this, this is operationalizing your brand. Your brand runs a system, not a manual effort. Delivery, marketing, and conversion works consistently without you doing everything from scratch. So I want to leave you guys with it. Structured businesses don't chase, they convert. Do you understand that? Structured business do not chase, they convert. Do we understand that? Drop convert for me in the chat. Do we understand that? Yes, somebody said credibility is critical. It's everything. Convert. I love it. Convert, convert, convert. Drop some of that in the chat. Somebody said concert. Come on. Convert, 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 convert. Yes, convert. When you have this all into place, it is easy for people to say, I need what this person has. Now, last slide for us, because I want us to get to the Q&A. So we come to an end, and now that we have come to an end, this is what you guys are supposed to have learned today that will help you operationalize your brand for sustainable growth. You should be able now to define your system, have your clarity, know how to build a framework, what a framework is supposed to be looking like, a system. You're supposed to be able to take your clarity statement, start making framework steps and delivery structure. Start to build your foundation. And then also, you're supposed to be able to know your next move. Identify your gaps, now focus there. Because remember earlier, I had you identify, do you have a clarity gap, a framework gap, or a system gap? You're supposed to be able to now like, okay, I do have a clarity gap. I need to be more specific on what I do and how I do it and what results people get. I need to build a framework, something, a repeatable steps, give it a name. And then when you move forward from there, set up a system around that framework that is repeatable so you're not burning out with each client. Now, we had the learning objectives. Did I meet my learning objectives for you guys today? Did I meet my learning objectives with you guys today? Tell me. Did I help you explain why visibility alone keeps you stuck? Did we diagnose your current brand stage? Drop in a yes. Come on. I helped you understand the three-part brand system. Can somebody tell me what is the three-part brand system? Drop that in the chat. What is the three-part brand system? I want to see who's remembering. What's the three-part brand system? Because come on, I like when people hold me accountable. I love it, Witherspoon. Come on, Courtney. Come on, Tiara. I love it. Clarity framework system. Yes, I see people was online. You guys are online paying attention. You wasn't online doing something else. I love that. Yes, yes. Come on. Now, I also I said in my learning objective, you'll be able to identify what a working brand system produce. Are you able to identify what a working brand system produce? What does a working brand system produce? Come on, don't let me down. Sales. That's right. Sales. It produces sales. Credibility, consistency, scale. Come on, Tiara. I love it. Conversion. Come on. Sales. Yes. So I met my learning objective today. I did what I had to do. So I came on Nasdaq. I gave up an hour of my day to make sure my people, the same people that I was sitting once in your shoes, got the information that you needed today. And I upheld my bargain with the lesson objective. So you can check me out on the web. You can stay connected. They drop my information in the chat. Come on, guys. Can you guys drop back my info in the chat so that they can stay connected? Yes, I love it.
Yeah, this is amazing. Dr. Anesha, listen, your class is ready to go and build these systems. That
Yes.
was amazing. And you talked about milestone circles. So I do see a lot of circle members here, circle friends here inside of the chat. So if you're part of milestone circles, you are working on your milestone. Maybe this is a part of your milestone. Let us know in the chat. If you don't know what I'm talking about with milestone circles, guess what? Applications are open. So if you want to be a part of this immersive program, this community of 8,000 plus to grow and scale your business, you can apply today, and we'll put the information on our channel. This is what it's all about. And you have Dr. Anesha Fuller, who is a graduate and a Cornerstone mentor here to help support you. All right. We do have a question, Dr. Anesha, that came through.
Okay.
It says, how do I protect the integrity of my program so it won't be duplicated if I lay everything out in the framework? I think you answered it, but by adding an NDA into a contract for clients and staff.
Okay, so you definitely need, I would say to you, depending on how you onboard. So when you onboard, you don't give people all your information out when you're onboarding. You're on board, you let people pay their invoice, and then you make people sign the NDA that whatever you disclose inside of your whatever you're working with, they cannot take it and use it or take it somewhere else. Also, another step that you can go is copyright and trademark your stuff. I mean, for a lot of people, they put the copy. Once you put the copyright thing on the bottom of your word, that copyrights it. But if you want to take it a step further, register your stuff, copyright your stuff with your state, copyright your stuff with the government, and you're good to go. Nobody can use your stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions? Put it in the Q&A function. Go ahead. We do have a couple of more questions that have come through. It says, how do I create? Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this one. I am picking up bits and pieces to do bite-sized marketing, but I'm really looking forward to getting an overview for someone who has practice in the area and call it a system. In government contracting or grant-funded work, how do I translate your experience into a structured and credible offering when confidentiality limits what you can publicly share?
Okay, repeat that question because they put like 20 things in one question.
I'm going to do the second part of that question. I think they were commenting and then they have the second part.
Okay.
So in government contract or grant-funded work, how do you translate your experience into a structured and credible offering when confidentiality limits what you can publicly share?
Okay, well, you need to talk about how you take people through their steps. So, not necessarily giving away all your framework. So, I tell people all the time too, you can talk about what you do, but you don't necessarily have to give away everything, especially if you're going to be posting online. And also, you don't have to talk about the client and directly say their name. You can say, okay, Cami was my client, but I'm not going to call her Cami. I'm just going to say, hey, I had a client that did XYZ. We helped them transform to blah, blah, blah. That gave them 50% extra sales through our framework of ABCD, which is substantially, which we use in all our nonprofits. Right there.
That's good. That's good. Here's another question. I think you kind of talked a little bit about it, but I mean, I think it's kind of like the takeaways from everything that you shared. So this person says, how do I create a repeatable process so I don't feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants all of the time or having to recreate the wheel? So I guess if you were to say just something very quick that, you want them to remember from your conversation, what would it be?
Write down what you do. Write down what you do. So when I first started my curriculum design company, which is one of the parts of the Preeminance Professional Consulting Agency, we create curriculum for schools, entrepreneur brands. So I've been doing it as my career job for many years. But when I started to do it for people, I started to write down the steps. So once I wrote down the steps, what I wrote down what I did for them, I created a framework for myself so that I know every time I go to do something for someone, I have this framework. So think about what do you do for people when they come to you? What steps? How do you convert them? And then you write that down. And once you write that down, make it a framework and call it a name.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Any other question put in the chat? I have one more question if we don't have it. Dr. Anesha, we have lots, as you saw, lots of Milestone Circles folks. They're in the chat. They're working on this milestone and they're trying to get their life organized with the milestone and with the business. As a graduate, as a Cornerstone mentor, what is one piece of advice that you would even give to them so that now that they're working on their business with their milestone, but they're also trying to keep the balls rolling?
I would think everything is all about organizational, and also pacing yourself. And also, I would say for me, how I manage, I set aside time. So I think a lot of times people do not know how to set aside time and pace themselves. So you can't be doing everything at one time. So you pace yourself. If you know Monday, you're going to work on certain aspects of your business, you know that this is for Monday. Tuesday is for if I'm going on a class. Wednesday is to meet up with a mentor. Thursday is that is how you do it. You create a systems. So I tell everybody I grew up in a Jamaican household. We had systems, we had routine. That is why I'm able to do what I do because I grew up with a system and a routine. So those are things that you have to practice. And they say like a habit takes like 30 days to create a habit, if I'm correct, Cami, right? Do that for 30 days and it's going to be your habit.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, Dr. Nisha, this was amazing. Thank you so
21
much.
days. Thanks, Linda.
21 days, yes. 21 days. This was amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Back again, sharing part two or another opportunity with our community. We sincerely appreciate you sharing your time and talents with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, everybody. I hope you learned a lot today.
And her contact information is right there for you all inside of the chat so you can stay connected. We would love all of you all to join us in our upcoming webinars. You can view our upcoming events by clicking the link in the chat. Thank you all again for joining us, and we look forward to welcoming you back online with us very soon.